this is our final wrap up. I haven't got a better name for it right now. This is what we do at the end of each trip. We kind of go through our favorite moments and like go through different categories and what was your favorite city, what's your favorite restaurant, all this sort of stuff. So yeah, we're just going to share it with you. So if you ever come here, maybe you can check some of these places out. Maybe you'll pick something up that wasn't on your radar before, and you'll be like, okay, that sounded pretty cool. So I might check that out. So take it any way you want. But yeah, so this is what for now is called the final wrap up. So we'll both say our favorite place or whatever for each category. And maybe throw in a special mention if it was very close between two. Okay, so we'll get started with favorite city or town. Mine was Vinales. It was actually a place that we weren't going to go to in the beginning, and we kind of jigged things around and we kicked that place off. And we ended up going to Vinales, and for me it was just amazing. It's just a beautiful place. It's set inside a valley with these like crazy like mountains that like just come out of nowhere, and like palm trees and like tobacco fields and all sorts of stuff. It's a small place. It's just really good. The people there are really friendly. Lots of nice places to go to. Good music. It was just great. So that was my favourite place in Cuba. Vinales, our favourite city. And that?
Yeah, my favourite city is in Trinidad because I like cobblestone path, a lot of colours in the house, so it looks really, I don't know, for me this is awesome, and people still live their lives in like old school style.
Yeah, very traditional.
Horse carts and everything run around in the city. While in that city, in the next block, it would be like a massive plaza where people hang out, maybe a lot of tourists. So it looks like tourists and native people combined, and like they kind of
having a good time.
Yeah, share things together, and it's not like a quiet place. It's quiet and it just has life.
Music,
yeah,
music and dance in the streets.
It's really awesome. So, and then definitely like my favorite city.
Okay. And the next category is best restaurants. We kind of split this out because in Cuba there's Casa Particulars, which will serve you food as well, and also restaurants which are pretty much people serving food out of their living room that they've turned into a restaurant. So we kind of split that out into best casa and best restaurant. We would just do best restaurant. We wouldn't add a casa kind of a category there. So my best restaurant was Salon 1851 in Trinidad. It had some fish, and it was like the best. I think it was the best fish I've had in the world. And it was on top. And it was a rooftop terrace, and you could just see over the city, all the terracotta roofs and that sort of stuff. It just had a good view, and the food was just amazing. So that's my best restaurant in Trinidad. Salon 1851.
Okay. For me, it's from the same city as Trinidad. We had go on a second night in this place. This is called Terraza Colonial, which is next door to the like big park, Canchanchara or something. So you could, when you are on the rooftop of Terraza Colonial, you can hear the music from Canchanchara. So it kind of like you didn't have to pay for the drink of Canchanchara, and you can still hear the music from that. And that food was awesome as well. I had prawns, and it's really like more than 10 prawns in my plate, and
it was a mountain.
And a mountain of prawns, and the rooftop was unbelievable. It
It was kind of a mixture
Yeah.
between like Spanish music and like popular
Pop.
English pop.
Yeah, but the takes turn, like if the Kanchanchara playing music, they stop. So we win. We win anyway. So
Yeah,
that's why I
it was
like
nice.
that place. It's
I
really
like
good.
that. I like that place too.
Mm.
And the next category is best place. And this is quite broad. This can mean anything. It can mean, I don't like a beach. It can mean like an art gallery. It can mean like just sitting on the curb somewhere and you just thought, wow, this is like the best moment for me in this country. So for me, my favourite place was El Yunque in Baracoa. So basically, it's a flat-topped mountain. It's about, I think it's 575 meters tall. We went on a hike. We hiked up to the top of the mountain, and then you could just see, all the coastline, and like as far as you could. And then if you looked in the other direction, as far as you could see, it was like, cocoa plantations and palm trees and all this sort of stuff. So it was just, for me, that was just beautiful. And then we went, and on the hike down, you swam in the river, which is coming straight off the mountain. So it was like the freshest, cleanest water you could like ever swim in. It was just so good. And that was my best place. And a special mention would have to be in Havana. And I forget the name of the bar, so I apologise. We were in a bar, and the band was playing music, and then the whole street just stopped, and people were dancing in the streets, and it was just crazy. People in the bar just started spontaneously dancing, and like I was drinking a mojito, and I was just like, wow, this is what I imagined Cuba to be like. It was just that was my special mention. That was just an amazing moment. So yeah, that's my
Okay. My best place is Playa Ancon in Trinidad as well.
Trinidad's popular.
Well, basically I'm not a beach person, but at Playa Ancon, because it's like you don't like have to go, like you don't have limit time. You can stay until whenever you want to, and we had a good spot to relax.
Yeah, we walked far away from everyone, right up the end of the
Really
beach.
relaxed. So yeah, it's basically it's a good place. I like the El Yunque as well, but only the swimming bit. But in the swimming bit, you don't feel like you're free. You kind of like worry that somebody will wait for you or something like that. So it's not. It's kind of a feeling involved. So yeah, Playa Ancon is like it's the only place that you don't commit it
Yeah,
to
we weren't
time.
constrained by time. Yeah, because
so
we got a cab there, and the guy wanted to wait, and we just said to him, no, we don't know how long we're going to be here for, so we just kind of.
We basically spent our day there.
It was our really only rest day.
Amazing time. Yeah, that's basically my best place.
Okay. So the next category is best museum or gallery, but we didn't really go to that many galleries. So my best museum was the Moncada Museum here in San Diego de Cuba. It's the site where Fidel Castro and a bunch of revolutionaries first attacked the Batista regime at a fort. It's an army barracks here, and they were hoping to steal some weapons and escape into the Sierra Maestra Mountains and start the battle from there, but it failed and they got caught. So it's a school. They've turned it into a school, and at the back there's a museum, and for me it's the best one because it was the most modern out of all the museums here, and it was really well put together. Like a lot of the museums here are just like houses that have been turned into museums, and they're just like a mishmash of random stuff from like bones from prehistoric times to like antique furniture, and like this had a theme, and it was well put together. It was very modern, and it was a really nice place.
My best museum has to be Revolution Museum in Havana because it's pretty massive. And the guy said the building belonged to Batista back in the day, was his mansion or something, and turned into a museum. And then they have all of the stories in English too.
Yeah,
So,
that English. Yeah, the museum today was all in Spanish. So
yeah, that's the
Yes,
things that is slipped the number one because I don't quite get it too much because I can't understand Spanish. So yeah, but the Revolution Museum has explanation in English, so it's easy for me to understand the whole story. So I get involved very much, and they basically has a theme as well, like
the
things
revolution.
before revolution, stuff like that, and after the fallen heroes and stuff like that. So everything is combined in the building, like three stories of the building, and then divided into parts, which is really good. But the entrance fee is pretty expensive compared to others because it's like yeah, but yeah,
Pretty
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
You got the bit at the back also with the grandma boat, but
Yeah.
it was they're doing renovations at the moment, so you couldn't see the grandma boat.
The actual but
And there was the tank at the front. I believe that's the one that
Yeah.
Fidel Castro triumphantly rode into Havana on. So it was.
yeah, and then
it's
they
quite
got
a cool
the
museum.
things of
If
like Fidel's like lawsuit gown or something that he wore
Oh, yeah,
in the
his
trial
lawyer uniform,
or something like
yeah.
that, and then all of the stuff, which is it's really well preserved as well, like in their original condition.
And as I mentioned before, we split the best restaurant out. We have the best Casa Particular. So we stayed at 7 Casa Particulars in 7 different cities. And our favourite, both of our favourites is Gladys.
Her casa name is Casa de Campo in Vinales.
In Vinales. It's about a 10-minute walk out of town, but by far it was the best casa in Cuba.
Yeah, because the hospitality and
It was like she was like your mum instantly. She became like your mum, and even though we had a language barrier, she didn't make it awkward. She just spoke in Spanish, just kept speaking and speaking and speaking, and like you only understood about 1/10 of it, but she just kept speaking and speaking and speaking, and she cooked amazing food.
amazing food and
So much, and she cooked enough food for like 10, 12 people.
yeah, like
No,
she
not
just-
10, 12, that's
she just,
exaggerating.
like,
It was enough for about 4 people. Every meal was enough for 4 people. And then she would like, oh, you didn't eat it all. And we're like, well, it's enough food there for like 4
She
people.
just charges 10 for the dinner, which is everything included apart from drinks. But it's 3-course meal basically. But
And the best
3-course meal-
one of the best desserts I've ever eaten. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And the 3-course meal means that it's more than enough for 2. Like
Yeah.
she had a big bowl of soup, and you can just refill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
And also she had a rooftop area, which her house was a little bit out of a town and a little bit of a walk up a hill, but not a steep hill, but just a little bit up the hill. And when you get and then when you climb on the roof, you just got a whole view of the Vinales Valley look, you can see all the tobacco fields and all that, and the valley, rising up, and all the palm trees, and you can see the town as well. It was just amazing. It was the view from her roof was just amazing.
and she just organizes all of our tour. Like
Yeah, she organises it. She can organise it. She's got all the connections. She can get anything done for you,
yeah.
and at a good price. I've never had such good hospitality ever.
Yeah, I was really thankful for
So
that.
Gladys El Campo, was it?
Her name is Gladys Suarez, and her casa's name is Casa de Campo.
if you've been to Vinales, check that one out for shizzle. And we also have Best Plaza. We usually do like best ruin or best temple or whatever, because we usually travel to places that have temples and ruins and all this sort of stuff. But here they don't really have any of that sort of thing. They have a lot of forts. We suppose we could have had best fort. But yeah, we went for Best Plaza because every city had multiple, had plazas or parks. Usually multiple, but they usually had a main one that was really good. So we made our own category again to fit the country. So for me, the best plaza was Plaza Mayor in Trinidad, and it's probably not the most glamorous compared to here in Santiago or like in Havana, like Vieja, Plaza Vieja, or anything like that. It's probably not the best, but it's just so good. It's so authentic. It's everything in it's really old, and like it just feels like you can just, when you walk in there with the cobblestones all over the road and like in the buildings and stuff. It was like time and it just stopped from about 200 to 300 years ago. That's basically how it felt. And that's probably why it's the best one for me, even though I think there's probably a couple of others that could probably be more beautiful, but for me it was just like, time and stood still for 200 years. It was just awesome. You won't see anything like that anywhere else in the world, I don't think. It was so good for me.
Okay. For me, Plaza Llamas in Havana, basically because when I think back about the plazas that we've been to, everywhere is hot and won't be able to sit in the daytime. But at Plaza Llamas, it's so shady. They have all bookshops surrounding the plaza, and it's like it's more to see in the plaza. And even though it's not as busy, because in Havana there are lots of plaza, but in Plaza de Armas, nearby area, there is just a couple of forte or something, so it doesn't have restaurants like surrounded. So
there's a fort as well, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of feel relaxed, warm, and even though they're selling things, so they're not heckle you.
They're harassing you.
You feel free to look for the old stuff, like old books about Che Guevara, about
just anything.
Uma Astin, all about the revolutionary stuff, and then some coins and old stuff, which is really awesome. Like if you have time, just check it out.
They kind of fitted the setting of like the old colonial buildings and the old forts in the square. So
really,
like, we've been selling the antique sort of books and coins and all that sort of stuff. It kind of fitted the theme.
Of the fort, you see the Malecon, started with Malecon. It's really awesome place.
It was a really nice fort as well. It had like pirates' treasure and all this sort of stuff.
It's really awesome area, like touristy but not touristy. Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. I kind of skipped the plaza bit, so we kind of tacked that on the end there. So yeah, I hope you like it. This is the first one we've done on video. We do it for all of our trips. So yeah, if you like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and if you like it, we can make more. We don't have to, like for our older trips, we can just do it in our living room or whatever, but we're going to keep doing it for our upcoming trips. So we'll make this a continuing thing. So yeah, if you like it, we can do a back catalogue, but if not, just subscribe, and then you'll get to see the next ones that we do on our next trips. Okay? And so we'll see you on our next trip.